Vegas lights shine bright, bad boys sitting pretty. Michael, Steve, Rob running things in Sin City. Podcast blazing truth, rhyming hard and witty. Three kings on the mic, Vegas life gets gritty. Matt Michaels dropping bombs, quick wit, no filter. Sin City's own, blending gold with the silver. Steve taking notes, every word's a thriller. Rob's on the tracks, beats cold like a chiller. Bad boys a podcast, raw truth they broadcast. Speaking facts so fast, haters coming dead last. Las Vegas legends, three amigos top class. Mic in hand, setting fire, never outclassed.
Hey everybody, Matt Michaels, Sin City Steve, and Rob Larry here on the Vegas Bad Boys of Podcasting. And gentlemen, it was a SummerSlam weekend, 2 nights for the first time in history. And we're going to go through a couple of the things first that were most notable. Of course, my favorite being the fact that CM Punk won the heavyweight title.
Wasn't for me.
And,
Yeah.
Seth Rollins cashed in. And
There we go.
Here's the interesting thing. They talk about Becky Hogan, but do you all realize that Hulk Hogan is the guy we should be talking about? Because that fucker never is without a world championship now. Never. It's unfucking believable. So a little feedback. One of these great things Rudy Gonzalez had to say. Rudy's down in Texas, been around the business for years. Quote, if you start working the talent, if that is what they did, it can definitely create mistrust from PWI Insider. Rudy replied, nope. What it says is, 1, we have a heavy program here and we don't want anyone to screw it up. We're not letting anyone in on it because we can't trust you guys to keep your mouth shut. And 2, if this is done right, this is how kayfabe works. Absolutely true, right? You can't go wrong with that, and I really don't. Get where all this upsettedness is. We're going to talk a little bit about the Unreal show a little later. But that idea, I think, really is that these marks who call themselves journalists, who make money off of this shit, they didn't get the inside info quick enough. And yet it was still leaked out there by someone because people knew it was going to happen. So, yeah, what's your guys' take on this happening and Seth, basically playing it up and doing, a hell of a job keeping this under wraps.
It was awesome. Honestly, so Matt, in your absence, we actually talked about the Seth Rollins injury right after it happened. And admittedly, I got worked. And I think that's where a lot of the ill will is coming from. Is a lot of these people that fancy themselves to be insiders in the business actually got worked for the first time in how long? They actually got worked. And it honestly is a pretty funny thing to see. I do have to say something that was awesome was Seth Rollins went on the Rich Eisen show in the middle of his injury, complete with crutches, knee brace, the whole deal. And he played it up the entire time. So much so that after everything had ended with SummerSlam, Rich had him back on the show to talk about everything. And it was hilarious because Rich got worked. The entire podcast got worked. But you know who didn't get worked? Come to find out, Seth and Becky's daughter's preschool teacher, because they told their daughter, okay, daddy's going to have a pretend boo-boo. And what did their daughter do? Very first thing, the very next day at school, she goes and tells their preschool teacher. So Seth and Becky have to have, no pun intended, damage control and kind of, make sure that this story doesn't get out. But of course, it did to some extent, but it was still a great thing to see.
Man,
Yeah,
that freaking kid, man, she's a mark.
Yeah.
or she's stupid.
Oh, fuck. Or she's like 3.
No fucking excuse. She's got to be future generation. So we better
Seriously.
educate this fucking kid. Preschool
God.
teacher, plus she can't be 3. She's got to be at least 5 or 6. All right, there's
Whatever.
no excuse for that. All right.
5 or 6 in preschool.
All right. Well, no,
Rob,
3.
Rob was a special. He went to New York school, so
All right. Hold on.
I forget. Consider the source.
3, like 3. This kid's still shitting herself, man. I don't know.
preschool.
Rob, you shit yourself last week.
That's because I had too much to drink.
Well,
okay, so speaking of getting worked, my favorite moment of the night was getting a call from Rob going, "Hey, just oh man, it's great, CM Punk champ, this is awesome." I'm like, yeah. So it's gonna be cool, seeing Punk chase the belt. What do you mean?
And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's holding the belt right now. All of a sudden, as I'm saying here, burn it down. I'm like, what? Because I watched it like 20 minutes late.
Am I because I said to him, it's like, yeah, it's, there's going to be 50% that are mad, that, Punk doesn't have it, and 50% that Rollins is going, and blah, blah. It's not registering to him. And as soon as he said, "What do you mean? Punk has the belt right now?" I go, "Oh no, you didn't finish it."
And then I hear, "Burn it down!"
Did you see Lee Fitting's name on the screen?
No, I know. And here's why. Because they punked me, because I'm sitting here, it's like 5 minutes. I'm like, all right, this guy's crying. And it's like, all right, this is a while now. I'm like, all right. Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, okay. We see that he's missing some teeth in the back. They keep zooming in on his mouth. If I can get some implants at this point, Phil, come on, man. So I'm just like, what the hell is going on here? What is going on? Oh no.
One of the funnier Facebook. I was just going to say, one of the funnier memes that I saw on social media this week was that Punk was dressed in Fantastic Four colors because he knew that he was going to have a fantastic 4-minute title reign. And it was like 5 minutes and change. So there you go.
Well, yeah, and that's a good harken back to what happened with Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, and this was a great little quote here from Ray Pickering on the wrestling fans page. He said, "A 40-minute Bret Hart match to main event a pay-per-view in 2025 takes balls, but the crowd are into it, providing you don't need 50 backflips and table spots to invest in modern crowd. You just need 2 good wrestlers and a good story, and the best main event match I've seen in a minute. Also, Punk's Fantastic Four gear is probably the best ring gear he's ever worn," which is all true, right? The match itself was solid. It was great. And we can talk more about CM Punk's World Heavyweight Championship reign. No bad matches, no bad promos, ended before it got stale, put over younger talents, set the new record for shortest reign, managed not to get injured, which is a big one.
That's a huge one for Fragile Phil.
And didn't choke anyone.
Right.
Whether it's 434 days or 5 minutes, he's still best in the world.
But here's my question. Which is a worse title run, to be him or to be Kofi Kingston and lose in one move?
You know what? The honest answer is this isn't it's not a bad thing.
No, of course.
This is a chase now. Kofi literally was
that
done.
Was terrible. Yeah.
It was your god. And
he never reached those heights again.
No,
they went with the wind on that one, and then when they were done with them, they spit them out.
Right. And you know what? We got to give credit to Gunther. I mean, look at Gunther, man. This bloody fucking mess. Jesus. You know.
Well, now here's the question: do I take it at their word that he's seriously injured and that he's going to be out indefinitely, or is he taking just some break
work,
time?
dude.
Yeah,
It's the work.
Yeah,
it's
it's absolutely a work. Yeah, give the man a vacation, man.
Yeah,
give the man some time away. Yeah, it's completely good. And then he gets drafted to SmackDown and he chases for that title.
Right, and and that's we haven't seen Cody versus Gunther, and I think that that is something that will be phenomenal. This was great from Matt Hardy. So in context, CM Punk cashed in his second Money in the Bank contract on Jeff Hardy at Extreme Rules back in 2009, and Matt Hardy said, "Yo, Seth Rollins, thank you for avenging my brother Jeff Hardy tonight at SummerSlam," which I thought was fucking brilliant. Just how cool is that? But most all, and I think the lasting image we'll always remember for this night was, of course, this beautiful
oh god,
Titanic image of I'm King of the World and Hulk Hogan holding on to his beloved Seth Rollins. Man. So, night one, that's the main event. Night two, man, dude, you just got to give it to, again, the storytelling that was going on in this match with Cody and Cena. That moment where John's begging off, don't hit me with that title, and the good guy, Cody, he had his moments. Could he go heel, right? And the match was just another solid main event match with two guys. Even though this was a street fight, there weren't many street fight elements to it, right? Pretty straight up storytelling. So then, of course, Rob calls me and goes, "I'm done with the pay-per-view."
No, this time I waited. This time he's like, "Wait a minute."
The Beast comes out of nowhere, and Lesnar, just the pop in that fucking arena was unreal.
That was crazy.
So let's just get to it. A couple things first. Per Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio, WWE's legal department cleared Lesnar for a return 4 weeks ago. Meltzer noted, 4 weeks ago, WWE legal cleared him. I do know everyone figured this out, but I can tell you also factually that the reason they didn't do the press conferences was because of this angle. We'll get to the press conferences in a little bit. I think you're full of shit, Dave. And Mike Johnson of PWI reported hours before Brock's appearance that WWE flew him into New Jersey during the night of August 2nd and had him basically hidden away all day on August 3rd. Per this report, there had been talk of a surprise that even company writers were kept in the dark about, and this was obviously it. Regarding the news conference, I thought this was great. So the thing was, WWE announced that it will no longer be doing post-show press conferences with wrestlers or with the members of media that are allowed to ask questions. We'll switch to the version of a post-show, which is what we saw outside after SummerSlam. And then this person said, "Oh no, Kate from Fightful won't be able to ask Rhea Ripley what her strategy was in her matches anymore." That was great.
That's awesome.
That was great. And by the way, just regarding the outdoor press conferences, great. I think it's the fans are hyped. Most of the places they're doing this in, you can hold a good 1,000 or so people. It looks deep, looks nice. But as for Dave's assumption that this is why they're doing it, I don't think so. I think Dave really, once again, we'll get to the whole, the reality show. But again, pissy pants, poor fucking sports writer, journalist thing. Mad about it.
Can we stop calling these guys fucking journalists? I'm getting sick of that shit. I'm really getting tired. Oh, I'm a journalist. You're not a journalist.
Yeah, they're not. No. They're fucking. They are conmen.
I was there in 2003 when the bombs dropped in the arena. What?
But
I fucking Michael Cole goes to that well all the goddamn time. I'm a journalist, and I'm like, no, you're fucking not. You're not getting a Pulitzer. You ain't getting shit, buddy.
well,
Edward R. Murrow. You're not
okay.
even good enough to be at the level of a Sean Hannity.
Yeah, but he is an actual paid commentator who is playing a role. Dave Meltzer is a fucking monkey. So is Mike Johnson and all these guys. Their reason for existing is to make money off of you, the listener. That's it. That is it. And that's been plain since day one with Meltzer all those years ago doing this. And he's just pissed that because of this thing called the internet, any idiot like us can come on and say whatever the fuck we want, and we can call ourselves journalists. So there you go. And taking a journalistic route, let's look at a couple things about Brock. This guy here, Heart Editing of Shallots, I guess, Scallots, said John Cena willing to work with Brock should genuinely be a bigger deal in Hollywood. It should ruin his fucking career. So that's the extreme take, right? We got this from Casual Q. Nikki Bella is back after she was guilty of abusing her ex-husband. Ex-convict Jelly Roll had a match, and Cardi B, a woman who openly admitted to drugging and robbing men, were all featured, and no one said anything. Brock wasn't even found guilty, and Ho's mad? Yeah, all right. And that was a great point. Jimmy Vaughn said, I feel the need to clarify, since the internet is rampant with misinformation. By Janelle Grant's own admission in the Vince McMahon lawsuit, Brock Lesnar did nothing illegal. There was no encounter between the two. Was his conduct unethical? Yes, allegedly, but illegal? No. So that's some of the clearing up of what's going on. A couple more things before we talk about it. Triple H says Brock Lesnar does what he wants to do, and the WWE is happy and lucky to have him back. He does whatever the heck he wants. When you're Brock Lesnar, you just sort of can. When the music hits and you walk down that aisle, doesn't matter where he is, he sort of does what he wants to do. We're thrilled to have Brock back. We hit him up and said, it's time to come home, and he was into it. So here we are. A massive, massive moment for our WWE fans, something that they thought they were never going to see. And then this last thing really quick here. Paul Heyman said this, and this is very true. Everyone has criticism in life. There are people that criticize Jesus. There are people that criticize Moses. There are people that criticize Muhammad. There are people that criticize God or gods. There is no president that has ever existed with 100% approval rating, and there is no president that's ever existed that is someone that hasn't pointed to and say that president sucked. These are people who to this day think there are people to this day who think that Abraham Lincoln sucked. They're wrong, but they think it. There are people who thought FDR sucked. They're wrong, but they think it. Bill Clinton doesn't have 100% approval rating. Donald Trump doesn't have 100% approval rating. Nobody does. There's always going to be a critique of anything that we do. Very few people ever make it to the top of this top in life without either making mistakes or having skeletons in the closet. Obviously, the decision was made. It's time to bring back Brock Lesnar. Whatever this decision is based on, I respect it. If there are critics of it, get over it. He's here and he's going to be here, and you ain't going to be able to cancel him. Very true, right? So go ahead, Rob. You raised your hand. I got some.
No, I say, he's right. He's 100% spot on. Fuck it. You cannot make everyone happy. That's impossible. Right. It's impossible at any venue of entertainment to make 100% of the people happy. Hell, even 50% sometimes. And WrestleMania 39 was a great example. We were all esteemed about how that ended. WrestleMania 40 was a huge pop. Why? Because somebody on the food chain said, "We're doing this. We have a long-term plan. You will like it." In the words of The Rock, enjoy the ride The Rock is taking you on. Yeah. half the time, yeah, some of those choices. Hey, keeping Seth Rollins' injury in the tank. All right, yeah, fucking A, that was brilliant. Oh, Brock Lesnar, you don't like his conduct? None of those people had conduct that was, good. Triple H especially. What he did to China, Jesus Christ. He treated Joni Laurer like a dog, and then he didn't want to even acknowledge her. She's only part of the Hall of Fame as DX. That's how, and when it was brought up, he said on the Stone Cold show, I don't want my kids to see that. And they go, see what? Steve.
He's changed his tune on that.
He evolved on it, but
still, that's the point you're getting to. People can evolve.
Yeah.
I know, Steve was like, man, Brock Lesnar was such a, horrible person. And then Steve's like, oh my God, I bought 3 of his t-shirts when he came out, like his music hit. And I'm like, buy. And so, I was like, wow, Steve, That's a lot of money to put into t-shirts. The same shirt, 3 of them.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's like, I got to have a 2X, an XL, and a large because I fluctuate.
Well, he needs one to also, clean up any of the protein deposits. He needs a little small one. When that oh God. Oh, forget my tribal chief. I am here on behalf of Brock Lesnar. And then Steve loses it.
It's not accurate. But anyway, so realistically, here's what I have to say about the entire Brock Lesnar situation. You can say whatever you will about him as an individual, as a person. That's fine. That's your opinion. That is what it is. At the end of the day, he was named in the Janelle Grant suit, but no charges were ever filed against him, and he's not on trial. So at the end of the day, until that situation happens, unless we've changed things in this country that I'm not aware of, it's not guilty until proven innocent. It's innocent until proven guilty, and he's not even having to prove his innocence at this stage of the game. So if you don't like Brock Lesnar, just say that. Just say that you think that he's a piece of shit human being, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, everybody heard and saw the reaction that Brock Lesnar got when that music hit and when he came out onto the stage. Everybody lost their fucking minds. And this is where, quite frankly, you have to separate, and this is something else that we talked about. You have to separate the person from the character, okay? And at the end of the day, the Brock Lesnar character, dude, he's here to wreck shop, tear shit up, and let's be real about this too. If you guys look at the schedule, okay, they're doing their European tour. So essentially, Brock is going to be used as the big bad guy to get them through that European tour and essentially be seen as last match in Europe. What a better way to run it back?
Are these Brock Lesnar's final matches?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Probably.
Brock does what he wants to do, according to Triple H. So
yeah, I mean, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. But at the end of the day, like that's something to keep in mind. Is he's realistically only being brought in for Clash in Paris and the shows leading up to that. And then Cena is going to go against him, and then they'll pivot and get Cena with someone else as they, kind of weed him out of the company. That's just how it is. They're going to run him and Lesnar back one more time, and it makes all the sense in the world.
I think the biggest news that no one was really talking about is that Mr. McMahon returns to shake things up on Raw tomorrow night. Whoever made this, the funniest part about it is 8/7 Central USA. So
exactly. Yeah.
They didn't do their homework.
Well, here's my question. Did they just reuse an old graphic?
Probably. Yeah.
So they just probably reposted an older graphic. Yeah. So it's even better. They had virtually no effort in creating this at all. It's great.
No, not even virtually. They had no fucking effort in creating that at all. But one of the things that was real was this.
Yep.
MJF posting 2-time champion standing next to him, and that is Cody Rhodes and MJF. I wonder what that means.
He's friends with Cody and vice versa.
No, it means that Cody's in The Naked Gun and he's in Happy Gilmore too.
Which, by the way, both movies are funny.
Exactly.
Naked Gun, I saw that shit this weekend. I was fucking losing it. Hilarious.
Right.
If you haven't seen it yet, go see it.
Happy Gilmore 2 was good.
Happy Gilmore 2 relied on nostalgia. I get it. But there were a few moments that got me to laugh and pop.
Okay,
me.
so
but yes, Naked Gun was fucking hilarious.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of nostalgia, there was no nostalgia needed here. Jelly Roll just bringing it for 20 minutes in a fucking tag match. Logan Paul looking like a fucking beast. I love this guy. And Logan Paul, being that he is a regular, wrestler now, a full-time wrestler, he's not considered a celebrity anymore. And what Jelly Roll said here is just commendable. I told Triple H that I want to lose at SummerSlam just because no celebrity has ever taken an L. They always put them over. And again, last week when Jelly Roll hosted Kimmel's show, they had Logan Paul go through the desk. And what Logan did was he made Jelly Roll look like just an absolute fucking fantastic wrestler, because Logan got so much air on the jump, and this guy knows he's about to go through a freaking almost cardboard desk. That thing just exploded quickly right onto the floor. It's a hardwood floor on that stage. I've been on that stage a few times, and there's no bullshit to it. Logan Paul, and goddamn, man, the air that motherfucker got going from the ring post to the table outside the ring was just mind-boggling. And then the fact that, again, talking about working, Jelly Roll took that, probably hurt like a motherfucker, might have been out of breath, might have been a little wobbly and concussed, but sold it as such to where you didn't know, was it a shooter or was it a work?
Right.
And man, that pop he got when he got back up there onto the corner, got in the ring and started This is what it's about. This is what pro wrestling is. Listen, there's, AEW is a great example of, there are so many talented wrestlers. We cannot deny that. But when you have entertainment value storytelling and guys who shouldn't be doing it, I mean, if you would have said Jelly Roll 3 years ago was going to be in a fucking SummerSlam match, everyone would have said, yeah, you're wasting your fucking $100 you're putting on that, right? You would have been you would have hit the jackpot. It's unfucking believable.
And the thing is, Michaels, I think that of anybody on this panel, I think that you would be the most equipped to be able to speak to just how much effort Jelly Roll put in to getting ready for this match, preparing. And by all accounts, by all of his trainers, I think it was Nathan Frazier actually made a comment. It was him and Brooks Jensen that made some comments specifically around Jelly Roll's work ethic. Being at the PC every single day, working nonstop. He broke his finger, and the next day he was back at it, like throwing punches with that hand. Like it just goes to show, when a celebrity has a dedication level that is unmatched, yes, they're making the right decision, not just for them, not just for, to open themselves up to maybe a new audience, but also they're passionate. They love the business, and this is their one shot. You always talk about people getting one opportunity to be able to do things, and this was Jelly Roll's, and he made the most of it, dude. One of the better celebrity wrestling matches at a Big Four show that I can easily remember.
Yeah. And Rob, I mean,
thank you, Scoop. Stacks and Jensen, thank you.
Rob, you can attest to it. You know, how was it? Was it 15 minutes you were in a ring, or was it 6 minutes?
So no, yeah, no. I trained for a paltry month and a half. But it's I was not even a level of what Jelly Roll was performing at because I was still running the ropes. I was taking rolls forward, reverse, watching my buddy. They teach you just to watch somebody jump over the turnbuckle and jump into the ring is something they teach you. It's not like, oh, it just looks cool. No, everything is functional. Everything has to be done. You're taught how to take a roll from the second rope. So jump off the second roll into a second rope on the turnbuckle into a forward roll. Everything. There is a poetry, yes, but that comes from hours and hours and hours, not only to look good, but to make sure that you don't injure yourself or your partner in the ring. Right. Making certain that if I'm at the core, if I'm at the rope, my opponent is in the center, because if we're both at the center, we hyperextend our knees because the mat's depressed too much. Knowing all of these little details, and then having a guy do it in a month and a half, and sell at the same time. The only move he telegraphed is when he knew he was taking the bump. He braced up a little too early for my liking, but that's really that's like me nitpicking.
And camera angle too. That's the other thing. It was just it was a bad catch. But you're right. That's exactly.
That's a 9.98 out of 10. Yeah, when he was bracing up for that, they should have focused on Paul. When the camera angle that they got was when he did do that frog splash with the two primes, and his glasses are flying off. His eyes are bucked out of his skull. That was the best. But my favorite moment is watching them carry him off, and he looks back to the ring post, and he goes, "I cannot leave the guy." Oh my God, you're jerking my heartstrings there. You wrote, hey, I saw that look, Steve. It was the right way to sell. Yeah. It was the right way to sell a match. And you're right. It gets a little redundant if a celebrity comes in just to win. So him taking the L he gets his roses and then some. Having his wife ringside to sell all the reaction shots. Yep. I mean, oh my God. Brilliant.
Yeah, just overall, just done spectacularly. And what was fascinating about it was there was so much fucking hate for this match by so many people online. And again, it just goes to show that people are fucking stupid. Because
what did Dave Meltzer think about the match?
Oh Jesus, I don't even want to see the fucking star ratings on SummerSlam. Are you kidding me? This shit's gonna be like fucking 1.2, 3.0.
He gave Jelly Roll his props. He said that he did well given the spot that he was in. So, but regardless, that won't grab headlines because that's not the Meltzer hyperbole that everybody expects.
Dave Meltzer does something right.
Even if he gives him the props, the match rating is still going to be, is going to still be probably like a 3. Because because again, this is one person's opinion, and this is what we always fucking, revolve around because he's the only one out fucking doing it. A couple great legends were there, of course, and the Dudley Boyz and the Hardy Boys getting ready for of course, their big match in TNA towards the end of the year. But man, that ladder match, Candice going through that ladder, that was fucking great.
Somehow she's okay.
Yeah, she looked so fucking banged up when it happened.
That spot looked so bad.
Yeah. Just some good stuff going on. But why I bring this one up is Rob was not a fan of that match.
No, I thought it was table. Oh, Candice LeRae. Table. Oh, wait. Okay, he avoided the spear. He showed some acrobatics. Great. All right. He not Gargano, but the other one. And you know what? No, fuck you. That match is boring. That match was fucking solid boring. There was a couple of spots, and that was it. That was it. When DIY avoided the spear, and when DIY went through the double-decker tables, And then everyone went through their tables, and I went, all right.
Okay. Well,
all right.
Anything else on this card stick out to you guys?
Oh God. Can we talk for just a second about zip ties? Can we talk for a second about zip ties, please?
Well, only if we talk about 5 to 10 minutes on them, because that's how much of my life I lost because of that zip tie spot. Jesus.
What the fuck, dude? So obviously now with the stip in place, Lyra cannot challenge Becky for that championship. And to that, I say, good. Yeah. Good. They don't need to be working each other anymore. You can say whatever you will, but they just did not have good chemistry. Yeah. And
I'm an independent young woman. I will not be treated like this.
I do have to make a comment, and I don't know how many people caught this, but the irony of Lyra Valkyria's weapon of choice being as though she's the bird lady, and her weapon of choice was the crowbar.
Yeah.
Come on.
But she didn't even know. She didn't know. She was. Boy. She didn't know what. She looked so.
She didn't even know. Get the fuck out.
She looked so goddamn awkward trying to hold that fucking thing. She was like, just stop it with her. Stop it. Yeah. She needs more time in NXT or more backstory with somebody else. The mic skills are not there. Some of the spots are great, but I'm not a fan yet. Yeah, she has good promise. Absolutely. And to be honest, I don't even know that she needs to go back to NXT, but it's just that she did not have good chemistry with Becky. And that's unfortunately that's what you get from time to time with people in the business. It's like oil and water with some people, and they just did not have good chemistry. The best part of that match was Bayley going down there and making her presence felt, if you will.
Yeah, well, anytime Bayley comes out, her presence is felt.
Oh my God.
I would like to feel her presence.
Yeah, of course.
Nonetheless,
Steve, you have to have any investments in olive oil. I think that would work well.
Baby oil. Get it right.
Well, you could cook in the kitchen with olive oil.
Oh boy. All right.
So Michaels, I got to put you on the spot. Before we segue out of talking about this show.
Yeah.
Because continuity matters. Okay. How many times have you mentioned certain things losing their shock value, their
I hate it night 2.
Their reactions. When all but one match on night 2 was a no DQ-esque match. Now, I say that as somebody who ECW was my bread and butter in the late 90s. Every match was a no DQ match in ECW. Yeah. But that's how it was. That's just the nature of the beast. No pun intended. But here in WWE, night 2, you had a triple threat, which by its nature is a no DQ match. You had a TLC tag match. You had the no DQ women's intercontinental title match. You had the steel cage match. AJ and Dom was a straight singles match. And then you had a street fight in the main.
Right. So again, the biggest thing that where it got me was you just did a tables, ladders, chairs match, and then for whatever reason, Becky and Lyra decide to use tables. Right. You don't do that. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And if your main event's going to use a table in a spot, like for instance, main event used the barricade, the steel barricade when he suplexed Cena on that. That's different. We hadn't seen that yet. We also had a cage match in there. You didn't even mention the cage match.
I did.
Oh, did you? I didn't even hear it. That's how
you weren't listening to me.
He said there was a cage match that was no DQ.
Yeah. But again, it's the only thing that I could kind of look at and go, it wasn't me, or was night 1 Raw and night 2 SmackDown?
I didn't even.
That's the closest that because they're
Becky
pretty much.
was Raw on night 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be a Raw match.
Your triple threat was that night 1?
Triple threat night 2. Triple threat was night 2, which, by the way, was arguably one of the best matches on the show that I think everybody's sleeping on.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's a SmackDown. Everything else was SmackDown except for Becky and Lyra.
No, but wait, no, I'm asking about the one with Naomi.
Yeah, that's
that's
SmackDown.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because she.
Yeah, everything else, and then everything pretty much on Monday night except, well.
Wait a minute, I'm having a brain fart here. Naomi's Raw. That's the Raw Women's World Heavyweight belt. SmackDown is.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, so you had those two reversed. So maybe there's your answer. Is what you could have done is just kept it Raw and SmackDown, right?
Yeah, because I mean, you could have put Tiffany and Jade on night 2 instead,
and then put the other one on night 1. That would have helped break that up.
But that triple threat match was fucking incredible, and that was putting Io Sky out into the world. She was the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, bro, she is the best women's wrestler on that roster. Io Sky is the best women's wrestler in the world right now, straight up.
No doubt.
Well, you know what though? But if you look at it, here's the thing that makes it. I think her and Rhea just have this intense chemistry.
They have a great chemistry,
which is just wonderful. And we've now seen it in 2 straight pay-per-views, and
power bombing Rhea Ripley into Naomi. Now you've gone from being a technical wrestler, a high-flying wrestler, to a wrestler of strength in that diminutive figure. That little frame being able to do that was spectacular, and it elevated the match, and it elevated Io Sky, for me personally, to a whole nother level. Naomi's mic work is the best it's ever been. And I was only disappointed that they had her only as a backstage interview on Raw. I felt she should have been in the ring conducting an interview. Maybe there wasn't enough time. I felt that diminished it a little bit, but she's doing her best right now.
Whatever, man.
Shout outs to her dad for the ring introduction as well.
Wait, there was a ring introduction? I couldn't hear over Michael Cole not shutting the fuck up during a guitar solo.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about the guy playing the guitar.
Hey, right now we've got Naomi's dad and their award-winning guitarist doing a solo for his daughter. And then you shut the fuck up and let him do the goddamn solo. You fucking mic hog.
I don't know.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Fucking Michael Cole.
Okay, here we go. In response to Dominic's match with AJ, Rey Mysterio had to say at WWE SummerSlam, incredible 20-year tribute, Eddie versus Rey from AJ Styles and Dominic, aka Dirty Dom. Respect. Still wish Eddie would have beat me and kept Dom's custody. Fucking brilliant.
That's awesome.
I love him.
By the way, say whatever you will, but supposedly Dom didn't know that AJ was going to come out in the Eddie Guerrero inspired gear or with the lowrider. So those were legit reactions from Dom.
Right. And the other thing was that like the lowrider had been spotted there. And so the rumor was that Dom was going to come out in the lowrider as a tribute to Eddie, which totally, once again, flipped the script on the people who are in the know, So
Dom was like, yo, I haven't stole this yet. I need to add another teardrop.
He got it after the show, man.
Oh my God.
Okay, really quick. Here we go to Raw the next night. One of my favorite things on Raw right now is Bronson Reed is now calling himself the Tribal Thief and referring to Roman Reigns' sneakers and carrying him around on his neck as the Shula Fala. And then Punk after Raw, after Roman got his shoes stolen again, posted a picture of his shoes. At least I still have my shoes. Holy
awesome.
shit.
This is getting weird. This is like weird, foot fetish crap going on. I don't know.
Well, and
next thing you know, Roman's going to show up to TV wearing fucking sandals or something.
Well, so I guess Roman is going to be the first wrestler signed to Jordan brand for Nike.
That's right. Yeah.
So I think this is where it's tying in is,
Okay.
getting the exposure on the shoes.
On the shoes, that makes sense.
But it was a good way to end Raw. Punk coming out there and doing what he did, and just everything just breaking down into craziness. It was fun. Another thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love this.
Me and my hot husband are the greatest wrestling couple of all time. Oh, but wait a minute. At one point, that would have been you. And you're, oh, wait, you can't see him anymore.
Becky Lynch to Nikki Bella during that promo was so fucking great. And this, mind you, after Becky the week before suffered a breast implant injury and of course, this has to note 300-pound Piper Niven gave her an elbow.
You don't need to put it out there.
But it dislodged the breast implant into the ribs. So, this was why Nikki really hasn't been active this past week, and we've just kind of seen her. But that in-ring promo, I never thought. So I hated the Bellas. I fucking hated them for years because they were not wrestlers.
Right.
They were green as goose shit, and but they put in their time. They put in their work. And, now it's like, yeah, man, I want to see Becky and Nikki go at it. Mainly because I want to see Becky and Nikki go at it. Oh, man. Woo.
He's got his grapefruits back.
I'm just imagine what the 3-year-old could tell the preschool teacher the next day.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, why would the 3-year-old sound like Vince McMahon?
Oh
God. Teach. Let me tell you, Pally. Oh, my daddy and mommy brought home a Bella. Oh, that's right.
And if she doesn't put out, she's getting put out. You're fired.
Oh, my God. Oh, that was good for me, too. All right. Steve brought this to attention. Harada. So Steve, give some context.
Yeah.
On this,
so
obviously.
So basically, the amazing hat that Xavier Woods came to the ring wearing was very reminiscent of the Tekken character Yoshimitsu. And so WWE tweeted out the picture of Penta with Xavier's hat on, with tagging it as Yoshimitsu. And the producer of the Tekken franchise saw it, made note of it, and actually commented on it. And realistically, it would not surprise me if there's more of a crossover because, and I know that this show's largely WWE centric, but the latest Tekken game, Will Ospreay's Stormbreaker, is actually in the game as a move that you can do. So it really wouldn't surprise me if they have some sort of like a DLC or something of that nature, because WWE, they are the kings of crossover promotion, as we clearly saw this weekend. So it wouldn't surprise me if they had, certain people, maybe like a Penta, or if you wanted to go this far, put Roman Reigns as a DLC character for Tekken, something of that nature. But realistically, we saw, and a large part of this really played in because AEW was so open to discussing video games and video game culture, whereas WWE kind of shied away from it. We're seeing this shift where things that were not previously done in WWE are now starting to to penetrate the culture.
Do you remember when they did Star Wars? They did Walking Dead. That Negan was incredible,
dude.
I mean,
that's the thing.
Ones.
Yeah. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we don't see somewhere down the line some sort of a crossover with Tekken and WWE.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of Cross, so apparently, Cross picked up on the alleged fans chanting "Cross, we want Cross," and he said, "Unreal. They write the scripts, but the fans write the truth. Thank you, TikTok." In response to Triple H saying that it was, "Oh, you got him. We want Brock." And there were some people who said that they were in the crowd and it was being chanted, "We want Brock." So very interesting to see that dynamic.
I always wonder about stuff like that afterwards, and you go, "Oh no, I was in the crowd. Yeah. They said we want Brock. Yeah. Fuck that other guy." Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Whatever. I mean, it's a
fan shows up.
And Cross then did thank the fans for putting momentum behind his book signing tour. So here's the thing. Everyone believes that Cross is done as of Saturday. I think you're all being worked.
We saw what happened with Truth. We saw what happened with Ron Killings. Obviously, I still, the way that they pulled that off, I mean, it's going to make me second guess talent releases or contract expiration until they show up on the other show.
Well, and again, one of the things here is that you have someone who is selling a lot of merch.
Oh yeah, he was leading the company.
Right,
leading the company last month.
It'd be odd to me that you would want to part ways with them now. Number two, Kevin plays everything close to the vest. If there's one person who is not going to tell you and will mislead his friends because he wants to keep it a secret, that's the thing. The other thing too, when you have Triple H play that off, Triple H didn't ignore it or whatever. He just said, "Oh, you got Brock. He was here." Again, Triple H is a smart guy, The other interesting fact is if you wrote them off, usually they like to bury them on the way out. Kevin didn't get buried. That was a competitive match with Sammy that could have gone either way. And on top of it, on Monday, you had Sammy actually mention him. So there's these little things that just, and Kevin's got the book out now. So there's things that don't add up to me. Again, everything's been signed, people are quiet, and then they show up and fans are like, holy shit, they're back. They fucking, you had to take them back because we made that happen.
Yeah, but there's one thing you guys are ignoring. That match was great and it had excellent storytelling. When she hands him the pipe and goes, "I want you to hit him," and he has to think about it. We need to go back to this. That match was a fucking great match, and it did a lot of good storytelling in about a 10-minute match. It accomplished a lot in the development of the character of Sami Zayn. He's not super clean. He has to think about it. They did that trope with him, and they did it with Cody Rhodes, and it was not a clean.
And again, that's another factor that you go. Usually on the way out, Kevin would have been beat in 5 minutes. He wouldn't have been on SummerSlam. It would have been on Raw.
Yeah.
Ricochet was slammed on the hood of a van, and we never saw him again.
As it was, and Rob, you mentioned match time. They crammed a lot of storytelling into that match. That match was 8 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah, I rounded up. But
that's the thing. It wasn't even a 10-minute match. And those guys executed what they did in such a short amount of time. The thing that's pretty interesting is, again, I've got a window up with the match times over here because I'm that kind of a fucking nerd. But so that match was 8 minutes, and then the Stratton and Cargill match was 7 minutes. So those two matches right next to each other added up to 15 minutes, which was less than the Jelly Roll match. Those two matches combined. So I mean, they were methodical with how they planned out that show. By the way, I know Matt, you're steering the ship, but what did you guys think about the different schedule for SummerSlam this year? How it started earlier in the day and ended earlier in the day?
Well, some people were a little off on that one.
Well, yeah, but it realistically speaking,
yeah, no, it's great, and I think we're going to enjoy the new time frames and schedules when they go to ESPN in 2026. Now, Nick Khan did say he's confident people who subscribe to Peacock for the PLEs will follow the product to ESPN. Will the subs follow the product to whatever new platform is? I think we've demonstrated to Peacock our subs will follow. They certainly all follow from WWE Network. And that expanded the subscribership extensively with Peacock. And there's obviously other product at Peacock to watch, which our fans who subscribe primarily for us were able to sample. Same will be the case with ESPN. Now, that's the thing. This was so misleading when it broke because it sounded like ESPN was going to charge you $30 per pay-per-view. And that's how fans were making it. And then it's like, well, no, you're paying $30 for not only this, whatever this is called, going to be called, but it's going to be all 7 or 8 ESPNs. All the ESPN stations, all the programming you get on ESPN is going to be on one platform, plus all the back catalog, whatever video and shit they have. Now, will WWE carry over the back catalog stuff? It doesn't look like it. But, in this day and age, and the question still is, will this new ESPN platform, if you subscribe to cable, will it be available?
Yes.
Yes. Now, ESPN said yes, but it wasn't clear, though. The way it read was, the question was, will I still get ESPN on my cable if I don't subscribe to this? Essentially is the way they had the question formatted. So it was a little tricky.
Kind of sketch.
Yeah, but honestly, I've seen so many people who are just like, oh, I'm not going to pay for it, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, the thing is, the one thing that surprised me was how many people said, well, I don't like sports. And it's like, so you're not going to watch fucking the football games and the football content and stuff. Come on.
Some people won't, bro. Some people won't.
And whatever. I mean, the only thing for me is the price. We'll see when that comes. When that first, Royal Rumble comes and it's like minutes 2, you're gonna go, fuck, just here, get my card. Here's my number. They'll do it. You'll do it because what were pay-per-views back in the day? Back
50, $60.
Yeah. Things are cheaper now than they were back then.
Well, okay, so everyone's complaining about the fact that they have to pay for Netflix. They have to pay for
Peacock
cable if you want SmackDown. You have to, I couldn't figure out. I got to pay for CW, and it's like, wait a minute.
Costs you like $100 a month to be a WWE fan.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, whatever. But it's funny that this bitching about this shit happens. And yeah, the network was great, but at the same time, the thing is that the network was not cost efficient for them.
Was not. My only concern, dude, is now you're taking something where you were charging $6, $8, $10 for Peacock. That's fine. You're going to $30 now. WWE cannot put out a subpar product on pay-per-view and expect people to spend $30 a month. So that's one thing that I think that everybody has to
I think
understand.
they're banking on what you said. It's ESPN. I think they're banking on the fact that they're trying to roll this in as a mainstay sport, and that you will automatically be watching ESPN for everything else: the football, the baseball, the basketball, whatever. So it's neither here nor there.
Right, and remember, ESPN actually was in financial trouble.
Yeah.
So doing this and making this, and they're basically taking their last gasp at trying to turn a profit. It will be fine. People are gonna fucking bitch for weeks and weeks and months until it comes around, like Rob said. Then they're gonna grab it. Okay, Netflix, WWE, Unreal, Bully Ray. Eventually, a bikini bar becomes dull. You want more, you go to the topless bar. Eventually, topless bar becomes dull. You want more, you go to the nude bar. Eventually, a nude bar becomes dull. You go to the
whorehouse.
You go to the green door.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
So the answer to the question, where do you go once it's all exposed, is the green door.
Steve,
yeah. There's better options than the green door.
Whispers.
So a couple things on Unreal. So that was Bubba Ray's complaint. The idea mentioned in WWE Unreal for Kevin Owens to beat Cody Rhodes at Elimination Chamber was reportedly complete bullshit. Quote, there was some stuff in there that was just complete bullshit. I've asked some people about it, and it was kind of like some stuff was complete bullshit. Some stuff was kind of real. I can't say complete bullshit, although I was told complete bullshit was the idea that they were considering Cody Rhodes losing to the title to Kevin Owens at the Elimination Chamber. I just saw that WWE Unreal, and I can't say that's bullshit, but it's a terrible idea. And then I was told it's kind of bullshit. That was from Meltzer. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And then this, I think this captures it. I find it absolutely baffling that some podcasters, reporters in the wrestling space who have spent years spoiling behind-the-scenes stuff are now complaining about WWE Unreal showing it. It's a fun show, and I don't think it's done any long-term harm. No, it's a fucking scripted soap opera about a scripted soap opera. Get over it.
And didn't AEW do this about 3 years ago themselves? And they're still advertising that show, even though it's dated as hell with all the wrestlers who are no longer on that roster.
AEW All Access.
Yeah.
Rob, if a tree falls and no one's around to hear it, is it still a tree?
Come on.
Here we go.
Come on now.
No,
so Britt Baker.
The thing that I do want to mention with Unreal is, have people never actually watched reality TV? Okay. Do people know that reality TV isn't 100% real? Like, that's part of the fucking gimmick.
But everyone remembers, what was it, 1998 Blood on the Mat, when they're showing what was the one where they have Beyond the Mat? I always say Blood on the Mat. When they show you The Rock and Mick Foley preparing for their I Quit match, and they show you him getting his scalp sliced open. They show you the chair shots where, I mean, come on. This isn't anything new when you really think about it. The only thing I will say is this. I don't like this stuff, but I'm not going to watch it. That's just me. I don't want to see how the sausage is made, but I'm not going to necessarily complain about it.
That's it. You just hit it. The people that I saw complaining about it, it's like, why did you watch it? You knew what it was. It's not like you stumbled upon it and thought, oh, more wrestling? No, you knew what it was. And the biggest factor here is that the people complaining most about this show are the people who are dirt sheet people, because they think the WWE is trying to control the narrative. And it's like, no, the WWE has always controlled the narrative. Going all the way back, the people who fucking let shit slip are the ones who are, putting that shit out there. And as we've seen over the years, some of that is being put out there, so these idiots report it and you go, oh, you're a fucking moron.
Excuse me. ECW got the mixture right all those years ago, and they knew what the people wanted. What does everybody want? Head. What does everybody need? Head. That was the answer. And then WWE made it head cheese.
Well, I wanted some head cheese, but that's a whole nother thing.
So that's something to do if you're not circumcised. You get that.
All right. So this person posted something I will say for AEW is that they know their core fan base well and keep them satisfied. You almost never hear AEW fans complaining about AEW show. They cater to their own crowd very well. I'm glad those 500,000 people they cater to really love the show. Now, with that being said, no, it's the thing is WWE fans complaining about this, that, or the other.
Because there's more of them.
People are going to find a reason to bitch, whine, gripe, and complain. That's just
right.
How
if you have millions and millions of fans versus 1 million fans, you're going to get more people complaining because there's more of them.
And you don't even have a million fans there. That's the problem.
I was being nice.
But
okay, because they decided to do their post all in at a dinner theater. I mean, it's like, what the fuck? So, I hope I get a chicken cordon bleu. So
three-week run at dinner theater too. It was a pretty good run, when you get 3 weeks like that booked. Those actors are making bank at least $25 a show.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And then this week was at least decent room.
Well, here we go. MVP on frustration with AEW. Quote, let's just say this Bobby Lashley is a former world champion. And after we come here, Bobby was reduced to a tag team guy. Bobby is literally only bankable guy in AEW. I have my opinions. And at some point on my podcast, I'll talk about it. There's other things about, guys are mad at them and blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing. You can keep your fan base happy. Fine. But what happens when your locker room starts doing shit like this? You don't see this in the other company because they squash this shit. All right, Steve.
You actually do. Can you put that quote up on the screen? Because I was so hoping you were going to put this out here. So the quote on the screen says, let's just say this. Bobby Lashley is a former world champion. And after we came here, Bobby was reduced to a tag team guy. Bobby is literally only bankable guy in AEW. I have my opinions, and at some point on my podcast, I'll talk about it. Now, that's all well and good. I'm going to read you something that was said much earlier. Let's just say this. Bobby Lashley was a 2-time WWE champion, and after he took over, Lashley was reduced to the mid-card. Bobby Lashley is a bankable, marketable guy, and he just got reduced to mid-card. Whatever. What I said specifically in response to the person on my Instagram page was that you see it. It's my opinion of how he chooses to book certain talents. Some people say all the time that, oh, MVP's just griping, MVP's just crying. Okay, we'll just watch the program. This was actually a bastardized quote that was reinterpreted as though it came from the current situation in AEW. When in all actuality, this is why people on the internet and people in the IWC can go fuck themselves straight up. Because
right. In other words, Michael got worked.
No. Wait. The quote was used, but just because it was a quote. But you said it, Steve. About the situation in AEW. There is a situation going on right now. And yes, if you read the one chat room that we have with a certain someone, right? I think, well, maybe it wasn't in that one. But Travis, there is something is going on. So
they're not wrong though. It makes no sense to have one of the best guys of all time not have any ambition for the belt. And tonight, and see, there's a problem that plays into what happened tonight on tonight's AEW big time.
Don't.
I'm not, but it's going to come up because of
cool. That doesn't surprise me, to be honest, especially because all of this stuff hit the internet, and that's the thing. You did mention that the AEW fans don't talk shit about the product, but the thing is, a large chunk of the AEW audience is very in tune with the internet. And so when stuff like this happens, then obviously they're going to know about it. Just like how there were reports this week, I don't know if you have the image, but things came out that MVP and the Hurt Syndicate squashed requests for them to drop the titles to Jet Speed. And it was reported from, of all people, Sean Ross Sapp at Fightful, that there is legit heat between MVP and, of all people, Speedball Mike Bailey.
Right.
I've never heard anybody in the world have an issue with, you got it, Rob, Speedball Mike Bailey. Actually, Rob, can you just, maybe shed some light on that?
What does Speedball have to say there?
He is a very disagreeable man, and we will bring honor back to the dojo. Go Power Rangers. Hey, I don't want to get a fucking roundhouse kick to the grill one day.
Got you ISO'd, man. Got you isolated on that shit.
Look, it's without giving away from tonight. They don't necessarily address Bobby Lashley and they dance around it. You're doing this image of him as the Hurt Business. So they kept the Hurt Business theme going. You picked up where you left off, minus Cedric Alexander, and you've got these 3 black men and MJF, and that looked ridiculous. Optically, it looked ridiculous, and also based on the character of MJF, looks fucking stupid because he can't be trusted with any group. So, and after what he did last week, you already know. So here's the thing. How do you now, after having him as a tag guy for, half a year now, how are you going to pull that trigger and go, oh, yeah, I suddenly realized there's other belts out there?
Honestly, it's very easy. MJF has that contract that he can execute at any time. So realistically, what you could do is when he tries to cash it in, you can easily have Bobby cost him that opportunity, cost him that championship match. In turn, MJF can cost the Hurt Syndicate their tag titles, maybe to somebody like a Speedball, so that it's a tainted win. Yeah. But that's easily one way you could do that. And then you could spiral Bobby into the main event scene, because they do need a bigger belt. And they do need bigger showcase for those guys.
What is the one weakness of Bobby Lashley is mic skills, but you've got MVP.
MVP, yep.
You don't need anything else. You've got MVP. You've got everything you need there. Now, I give Shelton Benjamin a mid belt. Pick one, anyone. It does not matter what. You give MVP the title.
This one. Give him this one. Give him the TNT belt, because Dustin ain't gonna have it for a long time, of course. And of course, Fletcher has it. So
I was gonna say, did you not watch Collision?
Yeah.
Well, I already know the answer to that. But in any event,
did I watch one of my favorite wrestlers go through a bloodbath for no fucking reason against a guy that they had no feud, and they just got to get a belt off of him? So let's just fucking have him go out in a plunder match. What, he has 2 bad legs? Yeah, I watched it.
Hey. Now, if they wanted to, why they keep flashing the Von Erichs with him? And then
because he's with them as
I know, but you put him out only when
he's 6-man championships.
Yeah. It's
those titles should have been retired a year ago.
Yeah.
Another thing that happened with AEW, they are not going to release the people who are the people who own AEW, the money that's in there, which this quote is great. It makes me wonder if there's some kind of legal chicanery here, if the ownership is used for some kind of business or tax loophole thing. Why else would Tony fight the courts to hide it? Would it be that embarrassing to admit that Dave gets a piece of the action?
Or WBD?
Yeah, of course.
Dude, WBD has to own something in the company. Seriously, at this point, they have to.
And he's not going to give up. He doesn't want to give up this information because he wants control. This is the problem with this guy. Fucking get this guy out of here. Maybe we'll have a good company. So former WWE employee Tommy Carlucci has explained why Cody Rhodes has bad blood with AEW. There was a lot of backstage backstabbing there with the boys that he mentioned there. There was some heat with the backstabbing. Cody a little, maybe Mr. Khan wanted to take away his control over a lot of things, and Cody wasn't going to put up with it, and that's why he eventually walked. This says, this is surprising. Cody recently claimed he has bad blood with AEW, and now Tommy has revealed this. So if you go back and listen to our show back in early 2020, I told you guys that this was the situation. I had inside information and knowledge back then that the situation with Cody was that they're against him, you know. Been saying that for years. That's what happened, because that's what happened. And here you go. There's a legitimate thing, you know. It's not bullshit. And unfortunately, again, you know, you think about it. This is what happens when you when you align yourself and you realize to play for power, you play up this guy who is just a fucking mark billionaire. They learned it. They learned it quick. And while Cody was the one who was being courted by the network, this is why they got the deal. Is because they knew who Cody Rhodes fucking was. They didn't know who the Young Bucks were. They didn't know who Mega was. You know who Page, Hangman Page was. You had Cody Rhodes. That's who they wanted. You had Chris Jericho, and then you brought in John Moxley.
Jericho was the bigger one.
Jericho was.
But Cody was the one the network wanted, because Cody got the game show. Cody got the reality series.
Yep, yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
This is the guy who got fucked by the power. Jericho doesn't have the power. Jericho can do what he wants, but he was not an EVP. Cody built this company with those guys, and then those guys fucking turned on him. And this is the thing that it's surprising to me that it's taken so long for this shit to really kind of start leaking out, and for Cody to finally just kind of go, you know what, fuck it. If I get fucked in the WWE, I know I get fucked in the WWE, but those guys were supposed to be my friends. That's what he's saying now, which really is just fucking sad.
It seems like the reality of having to share leadership decisions with somebody, and for kayfabe purposes, having somebody else be the face of your company, it was too much for Tony's ego, because Cody was the company.
And I've been saying this for years, Rob. You don't really know. As soon as Tony took over the press conference calls, within the first half a year, it changed from Cody to Tony. And Tony now started doing what any billionaire or a politician does. And that is, if you ask questions that I do not like, I'm going to ban you from asking questions. And
well, that's why they would not put Bully Ray on with him when they had Urban Meyer take the picture of Jericho sitting there with all of the staff and sitting there with MJF in the middle of the match. Urban Meyer should not have been allowed to do that. Bully Ray goes, you do not pull the curtains back on what we do. You don't break kayfabe. Somebody has to straighten Tony Khan out. And they would not ask the question until the last 30 seconds of Busted Open. Dave said, hey, so about the, oh, man, hey, so what was that Urban Meyer stuff there? And Tony Khan's like, what? All right, we'll be back next week. I'm Busted Open. And I went, oh, my God, you spineless little. And now he's not back on the show anyway. You should have ballsed up and asked the fucking question, because the guy's not on Busted Open anymore. At that, you should have said, hey, by the way, while you're at your dad's playground, granted, but this is your production and you have to maintain a certain decorum for the type of product that you're producing. We don't want to see the two guys fighting each other on opposite sides of the battlefield, breaking bread in the middle of the production. Yes, it's a work, but again, not everybody needs to see that, and especially not while the match is live. That was, and he was tasked Bully Ray said to him, you better fucking ask him the question. Why is that even happening if Bully Ray's not allowed to talk to Tony Khan on that Friday edition of Busted Open? Oh, he wasn't. They kept him as far away from that as possible.
Yeah.
You could not ask fucking Tony Khan anything substantive on that show, and now he doesn't do it anymore. You can't ask him, hey, why are you calling on Triple H? Well, how is that good for your business? You couldn't ask him any of these questions.
No.
So
you couldn't ask him something as simple as, why is the women's division having struggles? And this is early on when there were only 6 women. So he took it from that earliest stage to the bigger his ego got, the harder it was. And again,
why is the only woman on the calendar Vicky Guerrero? Nobody wants to see that.
Speak for yourself, asshole. Excuse me. All right, that brings us to this. All right, Steve, over under for AEW this week.
All right, man. So this actually kind of ties in, ironically enough, to something that we briefly touched on. Obviously, I know. Brief touches. The main event from Collision with Kyle Fletcher and Dustin Rhodes was a very, very good match. They actually did implement a screwdriver stabbing spot, so I'm sure that if you had watched the match in depth, you would have led with your complete outrage of them kayfabing a stab in the middle of a match.
I was not happy with that. I kind of fucking hated it.
Okay. There you go. There we go. In all seriousness, I think that what I can easily say is that match was fucking great. And the over under this week is there will be maybe one match this week on all of AEW TV, whether it's Dynamite or Collision, that is as good or a better match than that. Of course, I know it's subjective. I get the whole deal. But in terms of the story that they did tell in that match was a good one. And you did actually put over a younger talent, somebody that a lot of people thought would be put over at All In, but they actually got a little bit more mileage out of things and crowned Kyle Fletcher by having Dustin drop the title to him. I think that actually worked out in their benefit, and I don't think that there will be a better match with more of a fallout this week on AEW TV than that match between Fletcher and Rhodes last week. And we'll see where the future lies for Dustin as he recovers from his knee injury. As you mentioned in the post that you shared, both knees are shot, so they're already working, the knee injury. And speaking of that, giving credence to that. So yeah, there we go. I don't think we'll see something as good as that this week.
All right, Mr. President.
It's so sad that we have this Tony Khan. He doesn't want to release the files on Cody Rhodes. He does not want to release the information about what really took place behind the scenes with Jungle Boy Jack Perry and that horrible CM Punk. They call him a chick magnet. Quite honestly, I'm the greatest chick magnet, and I'm not a punk. I'm the president of the United States. Believe it. I could get a lot hotter woman than what is it, AJ Lee? Come on. He cares more about his dog than he cares about AJ Lee. So sad. So very sad. And, speaking of planes, I'm sure this guy, Mr. Khan, is it? I like Nick Khan. I don't know about Tony Khan or Shad Khan. We've got to get these people out of here. These are very sick people. These are very bad people. They've probably been to many little tropical islands with lots and lots of little people. And I'm very sure when it comes to the 12-year-olds, the Khan family, we're all in. Believe me. Back to you.
Mr. President, really quick, I don't know if you're aware or not, but the Khan family actually made a rather large donation to your campaign in November.
we're looking into that. We like the Khan family. They've done some wonderful things. They're some tremendous people, spectacular people. They have some of the best production values, some of the best wrestlers. You know what? AEW is where the best come to wrestle, and where I go to wrestle is an island. Back to you.
You know, Mr. President, I heard that the Khan family actually came out and donated 3 times as much to Obama's run back in the mid 2000s.
Well, you know, his real name is Tony Al-Shabazz Al-Khaled Khan Hussein, and he is part of a Qatari terrorist cell. We're looking into this. I said, you know what? I need $1 billion more and season tickets to the Jaguars. And they were very mean to me. They were very rude. They were very nasty people. And they said, we'll give you $100,000 and we'll give you the 50-yard line. And they said, excuse me. I get box seats and I get tickets to go to that orchid place that Robert Kraft guy got to go to. All right. And I want season passes on your planes back and forth throughout Caribbean islands. Don't ask why I need tickets to that. In fact, do they even give tickets? I don't need tickets for that. I could just tell them I want a golden jet. Okay. I want their cousins in Al Qatar, the Al Shabazz Kebab hummus people, to give me tickets to go wherever I want to the Middle East and in the Caribbean. And if they can get rid of some data, just like they did with Cody Rhodes, how they scrubbed all of the data. You know, he was supposed to be the world champion, and they said, no. Can't be the world champion. We don't like you. We like our champions to have brown hair and dark skin. And I said, you know, that's really messed up. That's really rude. Okay. If the champion wants to have blonde hair and blue eyes, I think that's the right champion. He's the people's champion. He's God's chosen champion. He's a pure-blooded champion. And that's what America really needs. We need to make the blood pure again for the AEW champion. Believe me.
All right, time for our social media dump. TMZ will be presenting The Real Hulk Hogan on Tuesday, August 12th, 8 to 9 o'clock Eastern Pacific on Fox. Interviews from Sylvester Stallone, Vince McMahon, Mick Foley, Bill Goldberg, Jimmy Hart. Additional interviews from Alexa Bliss, Jacob Fatu, and Charlotte Flair. Last week here, Caesar's Palace put up a tribute to Hulk Hogan on the marquee with a picture from WrestleMania 9. Ric Flair said about the funeral, even in heaven, he sold out again, the most beautiful funeral I've ever attended. Everyone was there, from Kid Rock to Triple H to Vince McMahon to Dennis Rodman. The whole world showed up to pay respect to the greatest of them all. Rest in peace, Hulkster. Bam Margera posted this picture here of a cloud outside the funeral that apparently looked like Hulk Hogan posing, which is getting some rounds. Of course, Paul Heyman was there, showing his respects, putting a chili pepper and a flower on Hulk Hogan's grave.
No, I think that's his bandana. That's a red bandana.
Oh, is it a bandana? Oh,
it's the red bandana. It's the Hulk bandana wrapped around the yellow rose.
I mean, the AR Ric Flair back there too.
Yeah.
And of course, the Undertaker goes around in his gear.
Full gimmick.
And then there's regular fans in the background who look like they're like extras in Happy Gilmore behind a white rope.
The guy's got a Hulk colored shirt that says it looks like WrestleMania or Hulkamania. It's not quite certain. It looks like a soccer on the shirt.
So that's great. I love this AI stuff. But here's an actual true picture, artist picture. Tony Atlas actually made this as tribute to Hulk Hogan passing over. And of course, we all know that Hulk Hogan was spasming and his cadaver body slammed a mortician in the morgue. Once again, R.I.P. Hulk Hogan.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
And what neither of you guys even noticed last week is that it says 1971. Now, Hulk Hogan was 71 when he died.
Well fucking played.
Brilliant.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so this was going to happen here Joey Ryan is born again, August 23rd for Portland Wrestling. That was
grand
advertised.
opening, grand closing.
Yeah, well, it came out the other day, and then just today, I've canceled Joey Ryan's flight. He will not be appearing at the August 23rd show. So
did they not know who he was? Like,
well, so this came out almost right after Lesnar was announced. You know,
no, hold on. If you're going to give a pass to Lesnar, I guess let this guy wrestle a house show.
Yeah, and if you're going to start giving passes, give a pass to this guy.
Oh Jesus! God damn it!
Fast and Furious, God damn it, pal. Starring Vince McMahon.
That's good.
Vince this week decided to have a little car accident, and that's your repercussions is getting made of fun of on the internet. Hey,
yes,
they predicted it back in 1997.
Yeah, my brother called me up. Excuse me, Robert, why is Triple H in the White House? Because his mom works there. And he goes, oh, really? I said, yes. His mom? Yes. Linda McMahon works there. Linda McMahon's not his mom? Yes, she is. Oh, yeah, with Stephanie. Okay. What does she do? She's trying to take away education, and that's her job.
Speaking
she's
of
the Secretary of Uneducation.
Yeah, speaking of the uneducated, the best part of AEW is the fact that these assholes don't have names anymore. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, today was good too.
I did see the image from today as well.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good.
Premiere of Naked Gun,
yes.
Orange Cassidy and the boys out there with Weird Al Yankovic, which was pretty cool to see. And speaking of, again, Cody Rhodes in the Naked Gun, very great cameo to see. Of course, Jesse Ventura has Mean Jeans, American Eagle, can't go wrong. And if I could get a pair of those Mean Jeans, I would. That would be amazing.
Jeans.
And finally, back in the day, of course, XPW was owned by one Rob Black. We here at our show have our own Black Rob.
Oh, man.
Shit.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Where'd you unearth that one?
What the hell happened, brother? I mean, I can't call you brother anymore. You lost the hair and you lost the coolness. I mean, look at that. See, Rob Black, Black Rob, Rob Black, Black Rob.
Mm-hmm. My hair was there in spirit, and
the glasses, man. You even had black glasses back then. You were so cool.
That's funny. The people back then didn't think I was.
Wow.
Fucking revisionist history, I tell you what. But yeah. I just remembered I got another show to do. So
well, on that note, tell us before you go what you got going on.
I will be performing tonight at 10 o'clock Pacific time at the Arts District at Ola Abibi. On August 30th, you should be able to catch me at the West Side Grill. It's Vince Neil's Tatuado in Pahrump on the Stoner Rob show. I'll be making an appearance there. Of course, you can catch me at Vegas Trump Guy. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, there we go. Vegas Trump Guy, and that'll also have my cameo. Last I checked, my cameo was BOCE Comedy, and that costs you $25. And you can see me. I'm also going to be working on a few projects with the Four Horsemen of Comedy. Also with a Tabloid Tonight, which is a budding sketch comedy show that we're starting to slowly roll out information for. And that is with Bill Strange, Brian Shenanigans, and Gabe Quire. The four of us are doing the beginnings of a sketch comedy. So that's looking really good.
Oh, too bad you guys don't have Bobby Haha and Sean Jokenman and I just love some of these names that guys come up with, like, Tommy Shenanigans. I mean,
Brian Shenanigans. Brian Shenanigans is actually a really big guy in the wrestling community. Spends a good amount of time in Japan, and is actually invited to take me, go with him to Japan to go to see New Japan Pro Wrestling matches.
Nice.
Well, I would jump on that plane with him.
And he's a big fan of Ron Funches when Ron Funches was actually doing some matches at GCW.
I thought you were going to say when Ron Funches was actually funny.
I get fun of making fun of your fucking Michael Jackson dancer who can moonwalk in a goddamn ring. And meanwhile, all right, get on to PP.
Oh, come on.
Right.
I'm not worried about Ron Funches kicking me in the head, man.
Ron Funches will put you in a Canadian destroyer. Okay, you better.
Well, that's it. I'm gonna get Willie Mack. You get Ron Funches.
Oh shit! There we go.
One-on-one.
Oh yeah. I can get in my car right now and go find Willie Mack. All right, I know exactly where to find him. I'll have a good talk with him. Said you were talking shit about Michael Jackson.
No. I'm getting Willie Mack. We can put Willie Mack in the ring to take on Ron
Oh no,
Funches.
I'm getting him too, man. I'm starting a stable.
Wait,
Funches and Willie Mack.
You can only start a stable if you go back to looking like this guy, dude. That is
There you go.
the perfect wrestling manager.
Let me tell you something, Shivani.
Were you Harry Carey back then?
Oh God.
Jesus. Let me tell you something, Giovanni. Oh shit!
That was my piss poor dunk.
Great. All right, man. Hey, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, doing all the stuff that you guys do. We appreciate each and every one of you. Also, very special thank you to all the brave men and women serving this country, whether you're doing it on lands foreign or domestic. Thank you for doing what you do so that we can do what we love to do, brother. And last but not least, repsports.com, reppsports.com. Go there for all your pre-workout, weight loss, and general energy needs. Again, repsports.com. Use promo code Vegas at checkout and save yourself 10%.
Did any of you have a great time tonight? Yeah!
With that, everybody, thank you for hanging out. We'll do it all again next week. Till then, happy wrestling.
Rolling up the strip under neon lights. Podcast mic is glowing in the desert nights. Matt Michaels leading with the swagger tights. Sin City Steve right by your side. Alright, Rob Butcher Larry dropping truths, no fear. Broadcasting stories, make it loud and clear. From the Fremont edges to the Bellagio sphere. These bad boys rule, let me make that clear. Vegas bad boys, tearing up the scene.
To Matt Michaels and the Vegas Boys of Podcasting, this is John Cena saying thank you so much